In this lesson, you're going to learn how to quickly and easily declutter your pantry without overwhelming your whole kitchen. The key to becoming organized in the kitchen is planning and consistency. So I'll show you how to clear out and organize and plan your pantry. So you're starting with a clean slate and then how to keep it that way. This is important now because if you don't learn to master the decluttering and organization, you could spend the rest of your life struggling, being disorganized in the kitchen. And that's not what I want for you and your family right now, because being organized is going to help speed up the cooking process. Now, I know if you're like most people, you may be thinking, when are you actually going to find the time to get it done? But actually, that's not the case, because being more organized in the long run is going to gain you back time. So investing in a little bit of time now is actually going to gain you back more time in the future. So trust me, you're going to love it. When I first started on my meal planning journey, I found that it was really hard because I was just winging it. And that's why I created this course, to streamline the process. So all you have to do is follow the strategies that I've learned and that have worked for me, and watch all that stress around your dinners dissolve. So the faster you do implement what I'm teaching here, the faster you're going to start to gain back time and feel more relaxed. Listen, getting organized isn't always easy. You've got to be strong. You've got to take action. So please don't make any excuses. I'm here to help you every step of the way. So all you need to do now is just get your diary out and book in a day and the time that you're going to get started. This process is going to take a couple of hours. So again, I want you to treat this as you would a work meeting. This is a priority for you. You need to get your pantry organized. We're starting with the pantry clear out first. So we're going to use up any ingredients that are about to expire. You will need to get garbage bags, large boxes and tubs, storage containers, and cleaning products. And if possible, do it the day before the rubbish goes out, just so you can get it out the house on the same day. So like I said, this will take a few hours, so please allocate yourself enough time to complete this in one setting. Having a well-organized pantry where it's easy to find what you're looking for will help speed up your dinners. So get all your supplies that you need, and then we're going to jump into step 2. So here's a very basic procedure to follow before you get started. If you do this bit of prior planning, you're going to find the whole decluttering experience fairly simple and easy. So you want to start off with all countertops absolutely clear of everything. So you've got a nice big open space to work on, and also ensure that your sink is completely empty and clear and clean. You're going to remove all the items of one shelf at a time. That way you're not going to overload your countertops. You're going to just go through all the items on that shelf that you've pulled out, getting rid of anything that has expired. The things that you are keeping, I want you to put to one side, and then just repeat steps 1 and 2 with all the remaining shelves. So I just want to talk about food storage. Using clear containers and jars makes it easier to see what you have. Removing all packaging also helps to remove that additional visual clutter. And labeling your containers either with a label maker, a chalk pen, or permanent marker, or even just cut a piece of the packaging off with the name on, and then you can put that inside the container. Makes everything easy to find. I prefer to store in glass, and I just find collecting jars is the cheapest and easiest storage solution. So you don't need to invest in hundreds of dollars. always go for wide mouth jars, the ones that you're going to keep, because they are not only easy to clean, but they're easier to decant ingredients into as well. And also I like to label my jars just with the permanent marker and put the best before date on the bottom. And this can easily be removed just with a bit of eucalyptus oil. So that is a budget-friendly solution, is just collecting jars. And like I mentioned, when you are choosing to keep a jar, go for one with a wide mouth. And another note on that is that you'll find they're all a standard size. Jam jars, certain gherkin jars, all the wide mouth jars, the lids are interchangeable. So you don't need to stick to one lid for one container. You'll find that they're all the same size. So once you've run through all your ingredients and all your shelves, you've discarded the expired items, and you have the foods that you are going to be putting back into the pantry, you just need to thoroughly clean all your shelves and all the storage containers. I like to add a few drops of orange essential oil just to freshen up the pantry. And then we're going to put all your items into food groups on the counter before you return them to the pantry. So to give you an idea of grouping your foods, like I've got there in the slide, I have a group of, well, I have a shelf for baking, a shelf for smoothie supplies, a shelf for like our pulses, grains, pastas, etc., a shelf for canned foods, and then snacks, cereals, treats, etc. So just think about what your family eats, have a look at the food that's in front of you, and then group the like with like items. So once you've completed the first 4 steps, you should now have in front of you your different grouped items, and then we're going to return these to the pantry in the following way. So items that are most frequently used, you want at elbow height. Then the most next frequently used item can go on the shelf above. Store your heavy and bulky items on the lower shelves. And if you have really deep shelves, consider getting one of those like tiered steps that it just adds height, or alternatively, you can even flip an empty box upside down and put that in the back just to raise those items above so you can clearly see what you have. And that is it to get your pantry organized. It is really that simple. Just removing one shelf at a time, not overwhelming your space, grouping your foods, and then putting them in the allocated shelves according to their use. And the best way to stay organized, once you have found a place for everything, it only takes a couple seconds to put it back where it belongs. I also found that if you group your like with like items in boxes, that also makes it a lot easier to return the item to the correct place. If you want your pantry to always be organized, then put a reminder in your phone now to revisit this again in 6 months. It won't be as big a job next time if you commit to clearing out every 6 months and packing away correctly. Also, as we dive deeper into the lessons, once you start meal planning and you're only storing the food that you really need, it is quite unlikely that you're going to start losing ingredients in the back of the cupboard because you're not going to be having excess ingredients in there. So I hope you have fun with this one. Remember, it's all about that prior planning and organizing that's going to help you reach those goals a lot quicker and easier. And I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.